Hey everybody, it's Rob and Susan, RSR Cards and Collectibles, back with the short packing video. I told a few people that we would show a little video on how we package things and the right and wrong way to package things. So I'm going to turn it over to Susan here in a sec, but one thing I do want to stress is that clear tape, this is packing tape, or Scotch tape is a big no-no for any type of inside stuff. Like, don't ever put it on top loaders because then it never comes off, or the sticky never comes off. The only time we use packing tape is either to put the label on the outside, or we always put an extra piece of packing tape over this one after we close it. So that is the only time we use extra packing tape. So just as a card collector and being in the community for a while and seeing how much Scotch tape is a pain in the butt, don't use it on anything on the inside of your package, only on the outside. Okay, and so for that, I'm going to let Susan talk to you on how Susan's really helped us package everything, and she's good at it. So I am going to let her show you how she does it.
Oh God, no pressure. I don't know how you can stand this seat. It hurts me.
Go up higher if you want.
It hurts me. No, it's okay. I'll just stand up.
Stand?
That's even better.
All right.
Okay. So, nothing up my sleeve. Just kidding. So this one is going out to our good friend Patreon. What we like to do is put all the cards. I try to make them, if it's a bigger pack, I try to make them as even as possible. If we're shipping out a bigger envelope, because then you don't want it to be all lopsided, because the post office is really great at delivering stuff like that and breaking open the packs. This one just being a small pack, we know it's probably going to fit into this little small one here, hopefully. I've been wrong before, so we're just going to give it a shot. So taking...
And cardboard, where we get our cardboard from?
So the cardboard is a nice little supply from USPS. I guess we shouldn't necessarily shout that out because, you know, we just cut the heck out of the boxes. But every time that we go in there and we deliver stuff, we take more boxes, and we feel that we do that enough because we're in there spending enough sending stuff out in boxes that we can replenish our boxes with their boxes and cut them down and reuse them. So they're not going in the landfill. They're being reused. You guys, I'm sure, recycle them and reuse them too, like we do. It's super easy just to cut them down to whatever size that you need, even if it's like, you know, a graded card or something like that, something that's in a slab, or even like a trading card size. It's real easy to cut it down to the right size. And they're really thick. They're nice and sturdy. So between the two of them, you really can't get any sturdier than that. So this blue tape is pretty awesome. If you get the right tape. If you get the right tape. This one's kind of crummy because I bought it cheap, but that's neither here nor there. So I like to run a good line around it. And then another line around the other side. So it's good and packed in there. And you know it's not going to go anywhere.
And we like to use team bags on the inside to keep the cards together. That way you're not having cards poke out on each side. The team bag keeps all the cards uniform inside.
So you can see that's not going to go anywhere. Those cards aren't moving at all. And it's real easy for them to rip off when they do get the package, but it's not coming loose. So that's in there good. Even if it's a little crooked, it's okay. Bubble wrap. Some people don't know, but you need to actually put the bubbles towards the inside. I always thought when I was packaging stuff a long, long time ago when I worked for other places, the bubbles went on the outside, so it would keep the item from getting damaged, but actually the bubbles go on the inside to keep it from getting damaged. So something I learned as an adult. And then we just package this up also as tight as you can, just to keep it safe in there. Oops. One there. One on the end. And kind of use your imagination if you have like a bigger package that you need to ship.
It's like wrapping a Christmas present.
Pretty much. Now that's in there nice. And then what we also like to do is put it into an extra protection, a bubble mailer, so then it's got some extra padding on it. And that should just slip right in there. And we also like to mark it fragile and do not bend, because we all know, sorry, let me just shove that right in the camera. We all know that the post office likes to bend stuff up. So now that's not going anywhere. It's nice and padded in there, seated in there real good, and then it will just be zipped up together. We'll put the label right on the top there, and it'll be ready to go out. We'll weigh it and measure it and get it out in the mail.
And then we'll, like I said, we'll put that extra piece of packing tape along that edge that's adhesive, just to make sure. I mean,
Just do it right now.
you guys, we need a card in there too.
That's okay.
You guys went to the trouble of, you know, being at an auction, buying the cards, so they're important to you. So it's important to us that you guys get it there safely. And we might go a little overboard, people think, but you know, we want to make sure you get the package safely.
There you go.
There you go. And
All
there's
ready to
nothing
go.
wrong. And what I've told many people many times is when you open a package, like I just got this from Deafness, I cut the top off. Because it's easier than trying to pull all this open. But what happens is you can reuse it if you're, you know, on a tight budget and it's hard to buy, you know, all this extra stuff. Just cut the top off like that and reuse that envelope. And then you can do the same thing with the cardboard that Susan used. Just reuse that cardboard. There's nothing wrong with that, and a lot of people do it, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So. Hopefully this video will give you a little more info on how we ship things. The one thing I have seen that does not work very well is if someone gets a blaster, like a blaster box, or like this Bowman box. Let me just for an example, you have a Bowman box that you used, and then you go to a break, and then they pile all your cards in there with maybe a little bit of bubble wrap, and then they send it to you, and you get it, and things are loose in there. They're not taped together, either that or they're loose inside there. You know, if you're taking money and doing breaks and selling cards, then you know, please consider also, you know, taking care of the cards like that you're going to keep them and when you're sending them. So that's our preference, and that's how we do it. Thanks to Susan for showing us her expertise.
You just put a little seal on there, let them know, do not bend it, and our little thank you, sealed with a kiss.
Yep, and you'll seal it with a kiss and a heart, and you'll find your own way of doing things. But that's our preference, and we hope this video was helpful for you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care, everybody.